y'all with the last three banger of the night. In just a second, I'm gonna tell you who we gonna bang against. So we finna get into it. All right. We got the LA Lakers going against the LA Clippers for January 28th. We on the road, one game road trip. Then the 30th of January, we back home to face Chicago. That's a one game homestand. Then February 1st, we back on the road to face the Golden State Warriors one game road trip, and we gonna be on the road for the next 4 days after this game. So we could get I'll be right back, y'all. What? What you get? What you get?
The look from before as the Clippers made their locker room, hoping to put on a show for their home fans tonight.
I'm gonna get ready to go live.
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Brian Anderson, at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Berry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Here are the 5 for the Lakers. Vanderbilt and Davis patrol the paint. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Hood Schifino in at the point. And for the Clippers, Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Derek Jones is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bamba in at the center position. The physicality of the NBA, Grant, it does come along with the risk of injury. These two teams can attest to that.
Yeah, B.A., that is so true. Injuries on both sides. Now, each team looking for their role players to step up. The best team at filling those gaps will likely be your winner tonight.
And it's going to be the Clippers off the tip.
Oh, my God, this girl here. Say what?
Now Harden.
Huh?
Pass to Jones. Boy, they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. Reeves with the ball. Picked up by Powell. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
He makes the D look silly. What an incredible move.
Man, how about that finish right there? Not too bad. Here's Hood Schifino. Rips down the breakaway slam.
This is how you execute in transition, getting all the way to the cup.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that, you see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. 4-point game. Pass to Bamba. 6 to shoot. Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. Brent, last year, a frustrating end to the Clippers season. A first-round exit.
B.A., this feels like it's been on repeat, though, right? This is the 4th straight year that we've seen Kawhi be injured during the postseason, and he hasn't finished a series since the 2020 bubble days. LA needs some help to make a deep run, and their time feels like it's running short.
Now here's Reeves. And he's been a big part of their offense, averaging more than 18 points a game.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. The Clippers have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Harden surveying the D. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by.
Oh for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Tyronn Lue.
We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and Coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covers a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, BA.
And Allie, thank you for that.
I mean, just a tough start, missing their first 5 shots.
Right side Reeves. Puts it up from 15. Again, the Lakers.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Time called here. The Clippers decide to talk it over. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
They really had a strong night shooting the basketball. They got hot and stayed hot.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off in that one.
As always, things getting interesting in the West. A look at the standings. You look at the Lakers. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And, of course, the Clippers just need to keep fighting.
When I look at the Lakers, they've been one of the more uplifting stories in the league this season. I mean, flying under the radar coming into the year, but wow, it's been so impressive what they've done.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
Harden misses, and here are the Lakers. They've gone on a 13-0 run. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, A.D. put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Off the inbound pass.
And the defense has been stifling early on. And they've done a pretty good job working the ball inside, but haven't been able to convert at all.
Fires from deep. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Reeves against Powell. Pass to Bambo. Powell with it. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Reeves. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And the Clippers call time here. Now that we're around the midway point of the season, Brent, what's something we should keep our eye on?
I think watching teams, BA, that had expectations of making deep runs, are they happy with their roster? And the other ones are, which of the teams are really close that are going to make decisions in terms of their front office to maybe make a roster change that puts them in a position they weren't expecting a few months ago?
Coming onto the court right now. Time to get excited for your Clippers Spurs.
So for the Clippers, man. He's checked in for Jones. Porter Jr. comes in for Powell. And it's Russell Westbrook in for James Harden. And the Lakers also making a change. Christian Wood is checked in for Vanderbilt. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Here's Westbrook following the score by the Lakers. 1:51 left in the first quarter. To end the run, Wood grabs the board. The Lakers lead by 22. Hachimura outside. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And let's have a look at the teams who have collected the most blocks this season. The Lakers, #1.
And what's been most impressive about this team is how intense they've been on the defensive end. It's not just 1 or 2 guys getting blocks for them. It's been a team effort, which is why they lead the league in blocks per game.
Now here's Leonard. No points so far. And Davis with the block.
An impactful defensive presence. AD is outstanding at coming up with blocks.
And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Wood against Leonard. Tipped away. And stolen by Wood. It's a one-on-one situation. And finished off by Davis.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
And it's Wood with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Pass to Davis. Out to Hachimura. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Hachimura's got 11.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
And here we go. Lakers running again. Here's Reeves. And again, it's the Lakers.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Another steal for the finish. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding a massive 34-point lead to end the quarter. And they've effectively guarded Kawhi Leonard all night. Not an easy task by any means. We'll be right back with you shortly. If you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Lakers?
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
So they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. They've got Rui Hachimura, Christian Wood out there with Davis. Then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Christie in at the 2 spot. To the middle. And it's blocked by Wood.
Check out Wood using all of his length, allowing him to knock away the shot.
The Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And the Lakers also making a switch. Connects checked in for Hachimura. Jones feels it out. Outside Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Reeves. Into the lane. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. You have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Jones misses.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Here's Batum. And miss after miss right now. And here we go again. The Lakers on the break.
Well, scouts were buzzing about Connect's ability to attack the rim with a ton of ferocity. Now we see it in person.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Powell outside. Pass to Batum. 5 on the clock. Here's Harden. Over Reeves. Out to Powell. Poke loose. In transition, here they come. And that one is hammered home.
Really showing the athleticism, flying solo.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around, just make sure you score.
Harden against Reeves. Now here's Harden. Defense right on it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Reeves. And a moment to check out who the Los Angeles Lakers have coming up. On Thursday, the Chicago Bulls come to town, kicking off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
He buries it from 3. Christie's got 8.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, B.A., he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscle. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing. I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactics.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim, that's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Powell.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
To win the cold spell. Doesn't go that time.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Out of the way! Wow!
Dang.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Jones. Batum outside. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. Powell passes to Jones. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And here's Connect outside. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
A go-to shot for Connect. You know, he takes pride in burying these long-range missiles.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And really showing the athleticism, flying solo.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around, just make sure you score.
Hart, the pass to Bamba. Will it go? On the take. Rebounded by the Lakers. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Pass to Connect. Pulls up. Again, the Lakers.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity. Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Christian. You guys are holding the lead after 2 quarters. What's going to be the focus in the second half?
Just, keep the same energy that we're building off of. We just got to keep the same intensity. Let's slow the game down. We're doing a good job of playing our game.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what was your impression?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like the ball not be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Take off some of these straps, bunch and stuff. I've got 2 conflicting times on the damn paper. Said receiving is from 5:30 to 1, and also says 8:30 to 1. So it's 1 of the 2.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Austin Reeves.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And there have been a few teams lately who have been stockpiling draft picks, Brent. What do you think of that approach?
Well, B.A., if you look at the success of the draft, you're kind of 50-50 on whether or not you're going to get the talent that is required to win a championship. So getting multiple bites at the apple is a great strategy for teams to try to build the foundation of a championship caliber team.
Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Obama out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
What's good with you, Jacqueline?
Is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian, Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. Powell with it. Hachimura covering. Now the Lakers moving it up. Fires for three. Drills it from deep. Hachimura's got 6 points in the quarter.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Pass to Jones. That one a little long.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And it's Leonard with the ball for the LA Clippers. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. That game kicks off what will be a lengthy 7-game trip for them. And that one's good. Connect.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Powell passes to Harden. They need this. Misses at the rim. The Lakers have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. And here they come. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Shot clock at 6. Powell against Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And here we go again. The Lakers on the break. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
They're pretty easy to see that Connect was ready to make an impact in the NBA right away.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Leonard against Vanderbilt. Out of bounds. The Clippers will keep possession. Looking at the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that have been consistently dominant on the offensive end of the floor over the last month. The Lakers, number 1.
Their offense has clicked the past few weeks. I mean, everyone out there knows their role and where to be on the floor.
For the Clippers, Porter Jr., he's checked in for Powell. And it's Russell Westbrook in for James Harden. Jones, the pass to Bamba. To end the drought. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's with Chapino. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Hayes against Leonard. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. And another three for the Lakers.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
That's tipped. Out of bounds, the Clippers will keep possession. Despite his injury history, Kawhi still has the ability to take over games, Brent.
Yeah, does it feel, B.A., that Kawhi sometimes is even more patient and more deliberate in the way he delivers in games? I think he's the type of talent that can slow himself and the game down at his will and still be a lockdown defender.
Batum is checked in for the Clippers. Man comes in for Jones. Shot clock at 3. Ooh, poked away. Here's Batum. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
I guess.
And the Lakers with possession here. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Lewis. And another three for the Lakers.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Outside Porter. Can they get it? It's Hayes with the rebound.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
1:25 left in the third. And here's Mann. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Knocked loose. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Clippers now.
I ain't saying nothing. They're just a hell of a meal, that's all.
Westbrook taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. Fires away from way outside. Offensive rebound. Bamba misses. And so it's the Lakers with it. Pass to Christie. Goes up on the wing. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and beat him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Here's Westbrook. Vanderbilt with the block.
Good block.
Bounds. Last touch by Vanderbilt. Tyler, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Bones Highland.
Got my time back. Worked out perfect. I can tell you, I got here kind of late last night. About 10:30. I wasn't getting my time back yet. About 8:30, give or take. All right, so don't get dispatched till 9 o'clock. So they kind of work hand in hand. You know, look, 2 important days that you should mark up. 2 important days.
35 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Oh, they get a hand on it. 4 on the clock. To snap the cold streak. Rebound by the Lakers.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Hey, shot's good.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
16 seconds left in the third quarter. Highland looking for an opening. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers showing no mercy and just piling it on. Looking dominant and focused right now. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Connect is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Hayes, and it's Hood Shafino in at the point. And the finish on the break with the slam.
Well, look, I mean, great anticipation on one end leads to points on the other.
The defense producing easy looks, it just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
Pass to Porter. Knocks it loose. And here comes the break. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
And you see the awareness Connect has a good understanding for when his guys are open.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Here's Mann. Lewis with the rebound. Now here's Hayes. From the elbow. And again, it's the Lakers.
Well, Connect is used to just finishing plays, so seeing him share the wealth is encouraging.
And Hayes comes to help. Here's Lewis. He's guarded by Porter. And here's Connect outside. And another three for the Lakers. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight of converting on those chances.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Coffee, he's checked in for Porter Jr. And the Lakers also making a change. James is checked in. Here's Mann, just 2 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Brent, you spend some time in front office. How much more do teams rely on analytics now versus even a decade ago?
Oh, a massive amount, BA, but there are a lot of teams that are still aren't there. I think it's a constant battle about how far you're going to push, leaning into the numbers. With all these net ratings and the ways that you can start to digest what it is that guys are producing on the floor, teams are getting smarter and smarter.
And so it's Highland who brings up the ball for the Clippers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Shot to stop the run. The Lakers with a rebound. Here's Connect. Outside Davis. And another three for the Lakers.
They keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Coffee. Outside man. Rebound, the Lakers. Lewis has got 4 rebounds now.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactics. Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Hook loose. James with a steal. Now the Lakers moving it up. It's stolen by Highland. Blocked. Tucker against Davis. There's the drive. And Davis slams it home.
On the drive, AD fluid with some force, and he busts right through the defense.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Knocked loose. Here's Connect. And he goes in for the dunk.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. You have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
It's stolen by James. To the paint. Lets a floater go. And Connect gets it to go. On the assist by Davis.
A soft floater from Connect. He has the size to just loft it up right over people.
Pass to Tucker. Here's Coffee. Outside, Highland. 5 to shoot. That's tipped. Out of bounds. It'll be Lakers ball.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And in the big picture, this marks their 43rd win of the year. And what a huge performance it was for Dalton Connect.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving him.
Who poked away. Leonard passes to Highland. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Highland. The Clippers making a switch here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. One minute left in the final quarter. Here's Lewis. Drops in the three.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Leonard can't get it to go. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Connects from downtown.
And they came in here with some attitude, and they brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding, rising up off the ground.
Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
Up top, Porter. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's Lewis. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. Yep, it's good.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you.
To 1:30, and I've got 8 to 1:30. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait till about 5:30. I'll play on my phone for like another 30 minutes and go pip around because I was in the right spot. It was just some dumb look. So I'm like, okay. Now they didn't see me get out the truck. I got the right shirt on, you know. I'm making all this noise back here. The strap line is like you can hear me because it's still nighttime. It's noise scary. You know what I'm saying? But they said they didn't see me. I'm like, I walked all the way to the front. And I was like, yeah, man, you got to deliver. I said, yeah. I said, I'm off.
All right, we back at home just for one day. We got Chicago Bulls one-game homestand.
You can't bullshit or bullshit. It's all good. So got like I said, halfway unloaded, man. And then, shoot. But I'm hoping for not just the glass, because I'm kind of close to that. But like I say, you say that, you think you got a kind of idea, the total opposite is going to happen. Mark my words.
Tomorrow,
Start off
baby.
with a pretty good delivery. So we'll have a productive week, man. So I say. So we'll say, let's see. I should know something in 30 minutes. What my next destination is going to be.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
And he's mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Bruce Ellis in at the 3. And for the Lakers, on the block, it's Vanderbilt and Davis. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Hood Schifino in at the 1. What are some of the advantages, Stan, of coaching teams with a lot of veterans, a lot of experience?
Kevin, how much time do we have? I mean, do we have time to do a whole podcast? I mean, it's everything. They know more about the game. They're smarter. They've seen it all. They have developed a professionalism and a mental toughness. They've been through every situation. I could go on and on.
And there's that fine line between being too weighted in that direction and not having the kind of skill players, the youth, that can drive that engine.
Yeah, I think having a good mix of youth and veterans is very important to teams.
In the thick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Now here's Giddey. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the two-hand slam. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Outside Williams. Now the pass to Vucevic. Rebounded by the Lakers. And Stan, a positive for the Bulls over the last couple of seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Here's Vanderbilt. His shot is good, making it a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Well, the coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And a great time to check out the power rankings. See how the teams are stacking up across the league. You look at the Thunder. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And seeing where the Lakers are, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinion. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
Now here's Williams. 9 points last game. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. Moving it up. And a wide open look for Hachimura. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
For Los Angeles, they've got a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Here's Vanderbilt. Hands it from downtown. Vanderbilt's got 7.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. Lakers running again. Here's Hachimura. And another three for the Lakers.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And here is Giddey. After Rui Hachimura gets his shot to go from deep. Pass to Vanderbilt. From deep, Reeves. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
We're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Chicago calls timeout. On mid-season, Stan, when you were coaching, would you still try out new plays, tactics, and schemes? Or was the recipe set? Was the formula in and that was it?
Well, Kevin, the bulk of what you do is set, but you're always tinkering. And as people start figuring you out, you've got to have counters to what you're doing. So your system is always evolving. You're always trying to get better, and you're always doing new things.
For the Bulls, Kobe White, he's checked in for Josh Giddey. And Ball subbed in for Fred VanVleet. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Ball kicks to Williams. Outside, White. Back to Williams. Can they get it? And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Chicago ball. Chicago making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Five to shoot. Vucevic will pass the ball. The trade. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Well, we get a look here now at the small forwards with the fastest hands in the league and generating the most steals per game. Rui Hachimura on top.
He is a pest out there on the wing. One slip of concentration, one careless pass, and he'll be going the other way.
Lets it go with the three. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feet. Davis has got 4 assists in the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ball finds White, who's zealous with the ball. The kick out to Ball. Knocks it loose. Looking to end the run. Vanderbilt with the rebound. LA's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Chalk up 2 there. Good. Chapino's got 6.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Ball dishes to White. No good with the layup. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And those are the games you need as a squad. Prove into your yourself you can go win in a hostile environment.
Here's White after the basket by the Lakers. And no good.
It's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And Davis punches it down.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now here's White. Reeves with the rebound. Here is Hood-Schifino. He's covered by Ball. Vanderbilt's shot is good.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flows.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
LA's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Vucevic in center with Williams next to him. And Van Vliet out there with White. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. Pass to Vucevic. Pass to Buzelis. Rebounded by the Lakers. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Here's Buzelis. Van Vliet left side. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for LeBron James.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Why you miss the dunk, bro?
They're a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Van Vliet outside. Clock at 4. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And I like Davis's decision-making. Fantastic. Always great at understanding when to move the ball.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Here's Williams. And Hood-Schifino pulls it down. Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you.
Yeah, this looks like a three-game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
White finds Vucevic. Second chance effort. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
Well, this has been a frustrating night for him. Still without any points.
Out to the wing. Here's Hachimura. And another three for the Lakers. Great, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Van Vliet. He's getting around 16 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
It's Wood with the drive.
On the drive, Wood's size and speed make him so difficult to defend. He just busts right through the defense.
And here are the Bulls now. Van Vliet with it. Scoreless thus far. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Hood Shavino.
This is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
What's up, Daniel? What's up, King Daniel? What's going on with you?
Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Outside, Davis shoots over Vucevic, and there's Davis. That's good. I mean, assist by Hachimura. Hachimura's got 4 assists in the game. 54 seconds left in the first half. It's tipped. And here we go. Lakers running again. Here's Hood Shavino. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
Not much with no dinner to finish being made by your best be true game.
Oh, Van Vliet. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Suns in Phoenix. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Hood Shavino. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Watching Davis run up court, very light on his feet for a big fella.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive level. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends.
No,
Steals,
not
fast
yet.
break,
Who winning?
and the other team in scramble mode.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see.
What, is it on Tubi or Netflix?
Gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about the Lakers.
I'll probably take her to go see it.
Looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip. They put together a masterful 12-0 run. From their first bucket of the game to the end of the first quarter, they held on to that lead with an iron fist, never once giving it up. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they've been incredible.
Here I come, babe. Hold on.
Sinking them at a high rate. If the defense continues to allow open looks in the second half, I'll keep saying, fire!
And that'll do it for us.
They say how the trucks block traffic and whatnot.
All right, here I come, love. Hold on.
You know, sometimes, you know, that fits and sits messed up.
And with the second half of...
I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go see what the missus
want.
want.
130 miles the opposite way. Then make my way back to Florida. Right? So this is better than paper because, well, yes and no. Well, no, it'll still work out in the end because the way how this one pays, even if I got paper, delivered paper, I wouldn't get nothing that pays the same amount as that paper for Friday delivery. So this is a damn solid, man. I ain't had a load that paid this much and specialized. So let me get on down the road, man. Let's go get this load. Pause.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. I love you. What's going on?
I don't know. Since the move, Tim and I haven't been on the same page.
Please, do you love each other?
Maybe we're just complacent.
Well, you know, complacency can sometimes simply be harmony. You know, this could be the beginning
Roll over, let me on.
something wonderful.
Tim.
We spend our lives in search of the other half.
I'm coming, y'all. Hold on.
Found that? Don't be so quick to let it go. I think something's happening to us.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Whiskey for the pain.
Hey, I should have known it was too good to be true, man. So I get here, I already missed my turn. Now Carlisle, if you ain't been to this Carlisle place, this plant, it's huge. It's like 2 parts to it. They've got, I'll say part 1 and part 2. So last time I was here, I loaded in part 1. But this time I gotta go to part 2. And I loaded in part 2 before, but I missed my turn. So when you miss your turn, hey, when in doubt, water out. So went the extra 8 miles, whatever, 9 miles, got turned around, got back to where I needed to go. Get ready to go check in, get the pickup number. Yeah, this load's already been picked up. All right. He said, we only got one other load for TMC, it's going to Jacksonville. I said, okay, well, maybe that's probably one I'm going to pick up. Let me get on with my dispatcher, fleet manager, see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Send him a message. Right, let me go to CSR, see what's going on. No, that was already spoken for, so we got to get you something else. So I just drove. Now, like I said, this I think I've been almost 5 years. I think it's only maybe the third time at most that this has happened, but this number 2 for sure. The first time I went to go pick up some shingles in Jacksonville, and they weren't ready, so that was kind of different. Well, this load has already been picked up totally.
Hey, cause me and
Livin
Livin
with the
Mayhands
so now
is
I'm in
here.
Carlisle. Now they gotta find me something else.
Oh, Livin with the Dudleys.
No, man. That load was perfect, man.
What up, though? Drop that 100%.
We'll find out if this team becomes the route that it's threatening to be.
Sometimes some things you put your finger on it. I don't think so, man.
And here is Los Angeles now. On the block, it's Vanderbilt and Davis. Then there's Christie. Then it's Austin Reed. And it's Trevino in the point guard position. That's the Laker 5. Knocked away. Passes it to Giddey. Fast break. Here we go. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Nothing much in the fridge. Just gonna eat in a minute. What's on the menu over there?
Vucevic against Davis. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. And that's his first foul. Hachimura is checked in for Los Angeles.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Lakers, Rui Hachimura.
Tipped away. Here's Van Vliet. And it's off the back rim. No good. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity. And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range game.
Now here's Giddey. Hasn't made one yet. The 9-foot shot. Vanderbilt with the block.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The 3 sinks the triple. Vanderbilt's got 12.
That's a perfect 4 for 4 to open up the second half. Couldn't have asked for a better start after the break.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Hood-Javina. Uses both hands with the second down.
And whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Reeves outside. From outside the arc. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Really, their worst enemy right now with all these turnovers.
What are you going to do with his other foul?
Van Vliet outside. And they're running. Here's Hachimura. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
He has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Van Vliet. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors. Starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
That one good for 2.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And another turnover here by Chicago. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for the Bulls. Ball comes in for Fred Van Vliet.
Oh, okay.
Here's Connect. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Hachimura. A 3-pointer is right on target. Hachimura's got 6 in the quarter.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond
at the other end.
Kenny goes in. And rebounded by Connect.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
What I like here is with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah,
hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
Down warehouse across the street where everybody parks. I forgot all about that place.
Say what?
So, whatever, man. The main folks gonna drive up there now. It says parking across in the shopping plaza. I was trying to do my Google Earth, man. It wasn't looking promising, man. I don't want to take that chance. Now, perfect world, I would go there. My appointment's for 10 o'clock. And you can only be there 15 minutes prior to your appointment. Without, was able to park there, walk across the street, when they first open up, or not really when they first open up, but an hour into it, and see if I can get unloaded early. Get that first stop off and get to my second stop. That's what's going to set me up for tomorrow. This load here. So, I don't know, man. Just kind of annoyed right now. All right, so today's been a productive day.
This kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
As a junior college product, Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Kevin spent 6 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick. They just won this. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, this summer we saw the NBA break up its draft in 3 days. The next item, a bigger break between the draft and the start of free agency. The common thread is giving front offices more time to strategize around these highly consequential decision periods in the NBA calendar. Kevin?
Interesting, DA. Thank you.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And here is ball. Still scoreless. Stolen by Reeves. And he cuts it down.
Overall, their team is getting the better look here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting
I remember.
And converting.
Hopefully they don't be on no bullshit.
Lewis attacking. Oh, there's the one-handed jam.
And a wind-up and follow-through on the one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up. Here's Giddy. Off the mark, and the drop continues.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Vanderbilt's shot is good.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
To the inside. Here's Ball. On the wing, Giddy. Five on the clock. Goes back up. Lakers with the rebound. Vanderbilt's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. And guys, not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Ball from deep three-point territory. And so it's Los Angeles with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching up today. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
All right, that was a pretty smooth delivery, man, on both ends, man. Can't ask for anything better than that. So now we just got to play the waiting game now. So 12:45 on a Thursday. Got 6.5 hours left on my clock.
Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
It's a high percentage, but you know what? We've done a great job making them take non-take twos. Do not get discouraged with the shots they're making. We're playing good defense.
Okay.
Offensively right now, we got to take care of the basketball. We got to get good shots.
Obviously imploring his guys, Greg, to be better on the offensive end.
I mean, I agree. The defense has been solid, but they're lacking in terms of being able to score consistently.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So for Chicago right now,
hold on, girl.
And it's Corey Craig. Nick Smith managed the team in at the small forward position. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on
it?
And they've been more than that tonight.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
Got some talented defensive.
It popped up on my end.
But in your opinion, who would you say is the best?
I don't know why it's lagging.
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert.
Because I got all three of your messages.
Didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge it. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, man? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have.
Did Darius give you that message?
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was
from AT
to get himself the space he needed.
You know what I told you, what AT told me to tell you to tell her?
Pass to Wood. Beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
Well, this is what AT said, if he don't remember. Because when I talked to AT said, tell her I will adopt the baby. I was like, you sure, AT? She was like, yeah. Just tell her to put my name down. I was like, I will give her the message. So hopefully everything will go all right.
That was a good look for the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back. Here's Connect.
Stay attached to Connect.
Who did? Becky?
Yeah.
Here's
and saying what? What'd she say?
They can use a bucket. And rebounded by Connect.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to the leader. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Wood, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it This is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching.
But y'all been doing everything right.
Everything just flowing.
Pass to Dosunmu. Just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth quarter, the defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
That's great.
And already with an NBA body, Ronnie battling down low.
That is crazy. If the judge approved that, there's something wrong. Either she sitting up there lying to the judge, or she done got you to
swiping the lane, just 5 to shoot. Now here's Hicks. Defense right on him. Here's Connect. And the Lakers take out.
We can see how this shit go. We can see how this shit go tomorrow, though.
Connect's gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far.
Hell yeah. We can see how this shit go tomorrow.
Lewis attacking. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Excellent on both ends.
I don't get up till like about 11:30. And that's if your husband don't call me.
That is why you like to run off.
I'm for real. Your husband been calling me early.
Before the defense is set.
So Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
Ellis has checked in for the Bulls.
Illinois on 2 from 3-point land to start the fourth quarter. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
There's superior ball handling, 1-4.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
Shot clock at 3. Ozumu. And the Bulls with another miss. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. Playing with one another. And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Chicago ball.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Got a piece of it.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
It's White on the wing. Stop the run. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Lakers ball.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It's a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just some differences that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Anthony. Great team win. How important are those contributions throughout the roster?
We got a great team, and guys are playing for each other. We play selfless. All we care about is winning. And these guys are doing little things, and therefore, any chance we get, we're able to find these guys and make plays. We want to give it to them. We want to reward them and thank them for doing all little things. That's how you win championships.
Yeah, it was 1 through 15 tonight, man. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So now, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
We want to thank the Chicago Bulls for coming to LA. Y'all be at the job. 139 is it.
All that good stuff, tighten it down, and get finished up in a decent little time. But within that time, though, early damn train stopped on the tracks for almost 45 minutes to an hour. So I was just getting finished up. Timer wasn't running yet, so I still had my 3.5 hours. But by the time I pulled out, the damn the gate came down, so the train came back, and I wasted about another 30 minutes or so. So I was left about
All right,
2
y'all.
hours.
This is the last game right here.
But by then, the week that I've had, I'm tired. So, man, I was trying to do the math of what time I would get back home if I went ahead and drove my 2 hours. I wasn't going to drive 2 hours. I was going to drive 70 miles, about 78 miles to the North Carolina border. If anybody know what I'm talking about, it's off of 29. It's a nice little rest there. I've stopped there before. It's right across the street from a Dollar General. So if you got to do a resupply, it's a nice little quick stop for the night or whatever. But started doing the math, and I was like, man, I'm tired. The timer's still running. Said, the time that I drive and the time that I've wasted sitting here, so I'm going to get home around about the same time. So I just went and stayed here for the night. That's how I leave first thing in the morning when I get my time back. Now, I always talk about, you get out the run and people make money, this is a perfect example of me making less. Now, that one load that I didn't pick up that went back to Florida Wednesday,
if you're looking for a party this Saturday night, we're bringing you one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Here are the 5 for the Lakers. Vanderbilt and Davis patrol the paint. Then it's Rui Hachimura, then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Hood Schifino in at the point guard position. And for Golden State, Curry and Hield in the sharpshooting backcourt. Wiggins and Green hold down the forward spots. And it's Jackson Davis in at center. Well, Graham, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
Each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, keep your stars in there for close games and give them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Davis, such a terror in the open court with his size and speed. That's a really lethal combination.
The ball's knocked loose. Outside Curry. Offensive board. Shot clock at 5. Shoots a fadeaway. Vanderbilt with the block. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
That's neither here nor there, man. The only thing we do is just going back to the house.
And here are the Warriors now. And this matchup with Los Angeles, their first meeting of the season.
Vying with this team for a playoff spot last year, they got swept in the season series.
And Greg, in much the same situation this season, these are the games that take on such magnitude. I mean, not just for payback, but for playoff season. These teams are really fighting for the same thing.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. Well, for the Warriors this summer, there was disappointment seeing their longtime trio broken up with the departure of Klay Thompson. But many around the league felt like with the additions they've made, this team is actually upgraded. So, guys, we'll see how they hold up in this crowded Western Conference. Do Steph Curry and Draymond Green have enough?
They'll be challenged for certain. All right, Shams, thanks for the report.
He may have a scorer's mindset, but Reeves makes plays for others, too.
And stolen by Green. To the inside. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. And here we go. Lakers running again. Here's Hood Schifino. And the layup is good. Hood Schifino's got his second basket. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end.
Now here's Reeves. Very solid offensive production, averaging 18 points a game.
5-5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. It felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
That's all I know.
Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by. Left side heel, Wiggins outside. Pass to Jackson Davis. Knocked away, stolen by Davis. By himself, and Davis slams it home.
AD showing you his energy at the defensive end, being the catalyst for a fast break chance.
Well, Clark, the first 9 years of his career, he played mostly power forward. But over the last 3, Anthony Davis playing a lot of center.
And I think his game has become more focused on staying in the paint, which is where he's dominant. He's added tons of strength over the years. He's using that to his advantage. He's always been one of the special players in the league, in my opinion. And he's still one of the top 15 guys in the league, for sure.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Curry. He's a tough guy to check, averaging almost 28 points a game. Pass to Hield. To halt the run. And Davis with the block.
His great length really helps AD defensively.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Sometimes you get some helpful information up here. Mixed with some red. Organic. Really, really good. I'm not sure you do this either. I haven't. Big shout out to
Majemski's checked in for Hield. All right, let's look at the last handful of seasons and the steals numbers for the Anthony Melton.
And when you see the decline his steal totals have taken the last 2 years, you can see that he...
I'll be right back, y'all.
Great. That'll be freaking great.
Now, what you got?
Hope everybody had a great week, man.
I got one
Like I say, man, don't take advantage. Don't take it for granted, man. Don't take it for granted. You know, being at home, man. Like I say, dude, man. I want that local job, man, but local jobs really don't pay nothing. The good ones are already taken. So stay where I'm at, man. But yeah, man, knocked out most of the miles today. Like I said, I didn't leave last night. I still would have got home at the same time, even if I would have left 5 hours drove my time yesterday. I might have got home maybe an hour earlier. Maybe I would have been on the split. At least I was able to do a full 10 and I don't have to worry about nothing else. But yeah, I got to do a little bit of yard work. I got to paint. There's a
piece of furniture I got to paint before I take it in the house.
He's not playing that type of gritty intensity that he's used to. That's a part of his game he needs to bring back.
Come on, Corey.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Now Green, guarded by Vanderbilt. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson Davis. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Pajemski will not go. Misses off the front iron. Los Angeles leading by 17. Out to the wing. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost. Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Now here's Curry. 23 points his last outing. Pass to Jackson Davis. Outside, Green. Tipped away. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. All right, let's check out the best NBA teams from the field this season. Number 1, Los Angeles.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Davis, covered by Jackson Davis. And he gets the bucket. Davis has got 8.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out. Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Fires from way outside.
Boy, you for the
pass to Casino. Shoots over Curry. Again, the Lakers.
We see it happen again. They give the ball away, and it immediately hurts them. Yeah, that's been the pattern, guys. I mean, their turnovers not only killing their offensive flow, but fueling the fire at the other end. That's a losing combo.
Here's Curry. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. On the wing, Hachimura fires the 3. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today. Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Pajemski. No made baskets yet. 27 seconds left in the opening quarter. Rob. In transition, here they come. Here's Davis, and Davis slams it home.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end. Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Hachimura from long range. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feet. Hachimura's got his 3rd basket of the night. Curry from deep 3-point land. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Anthony Davis making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
You could really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area. Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go
32 zip, King Daniel.
Or just keep on pounding it inside.
All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. Jackson Hayes is out there with Christian Wood. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Christie in at the 2 spot. And so it's Golden State with it, following the score by Los Angeles. And there's the call on Christian Wood. That's his first foul. Connects checked in for Los Angeles.
Coming onto the floor for the Lakers, Connect.
What do we got going on, man?
Curry against Reeves. Pass to Melton. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from 11. Here's Jackson Davis. It's Hayes with the rebound. Los Angeles has got all 4 threes to drop from downtown in this game. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd. Yeah, you said the key word there, balance. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And stolen by Hayes. Fast break, here we go. Here's Wood. And Wood with the stuff.
You know, Wood is a really good two-way player, and he does a nice job sniffing out opportunities to jump into the passing lane for steals.
Here's Golden State. Got a piece of it. Kuminga, the pass to Curry. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Curry. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's Connect. The drive. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, Connect isn't a speedster on the drive, but there's some real muscle behind his motion.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Rebound, the Lakers. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again. Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Has to connect. And here's Reeves outside. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want. Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Curry. Still no points. Here's Melton. It's Hayes with the rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way. You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot. And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now the Lakers moving it up. Jumps up. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
That's a terrific play by Reeves from the moment he took off to the basket. No holding back at all.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Now here's Melton. He's guarded closely. Here's Kuminga. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. For Los Angeles, they've got all 8 shots to go. A perfect second quarter so far.
And you see the awareness Connect has a good understanding for when his guys are open.
And the Warriors with possession. Three-pointer. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot. And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now here's Curry. He's scoreless, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Reeves. And some changes here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Jackson Davis. Draymond Green comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Pajemski subbed in for Stephen Curry. Davis, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Hood Schifino comes in for Reeves. A minute 29 left to play in the first half of basketball. Pass to Looney. Here's Green. 13 points in the win against Sacramento.
Also forced a bunch of trips to the line. You can control a game like that. Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Now here's Melton. He had 9 points in his last time out. Outside, Green. Just 5 on the clock. Melton, right side. Kept alive. They get back on track. Rebound, the Lakers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Green. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Nice shot by Christie.
Yep. You know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Melton outside. Here's Looney. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Los Angeles. Way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The Lakers came ready to play. Seemingly flawless as the game got underway. They were knocking down shots and playing tough defense as they went on a 13-0 run. They came on extremely strong as the quarter was winding down, nailing all 6 of their last field goal attempts to close out the first. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
And Shaq, what do you have to say about the Warriors?
They've been struggling to get shots in general, but down low, they've been paid themselves, hate to say it. Giving up way too many easy looks. They can't protect the rim more effectively in the second half. It's going to be a long ride home.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go.
With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Austin Reeves.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. So it's Los Angeles now. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. That'll be the second stop of this 6-game trip. Wiggins and Green hold down the forward spots. Curry and Hield to the sharp-shooting backcourt. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Curry. No points yet. Inside. Jackson Davis misses.
You have to credit their effort. They've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebound has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Curry. Here's Hutchesino. Pass to Hachimura. Over Wiggins. Again, the Lakers.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
They get it again. The kick out, Curry. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Memphis, going up against the Grizzlies.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games will be huge for their overall confidence.
The Warriors have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Outside Curry. Back to Jackson Davis. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Bad offense to begin the second half. 4 misses right off the bat.
Here's Hutchesino. And another 3 for the Lakers.
3 points.
Boy, that's 5 buckets in a row now. Watch out. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And it's the Lakers on the break. He's all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Energy is important on the defensive end, and Davis provides it in spades.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial All-Star when he's healthy and playing, doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, be a dominant center.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And the Warriors with possession here. Green against Vanderbilt. Pass to Jackson Davis. Reeves against Heel. Clock at 4. Going inside to stop the run. And Reeves pulls it down. The Lakers have gone a perfect 7 for 7 and looking strong in this third quarter. Here's Hutchesino. And Los Angeles, another 3.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Now here's Curry. The D's right on him. Wiggins passes to Curry. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Outside Davis. Back to Reeves. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Curry. Tight defense on him. Here's the break. Here's Hachimura. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Nothing yet for him here in the third quarter. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. Let's have a look at the leaderboard now and see the toughest defensive teams in the league these past 10 games. The Lakers, number 1.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Curry. Still without a bucket. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
First an assist. And in addition to plenty of unprotected balls, they've also stolen the #1 spot in steals. You just can't give these fast-handed guys any opportunities to swipe at the ball.
And it's no secret the league is definitely more offensive-oriented nowadays. And they are the best of the bunch in following that trend, leading the league in points per game. Here's Green. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Pass to Kuminga to win the drought. Rebound, the Lakers. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Here's Pajemski. Follows the score by Los Angeles. That's 10. Leaps for it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. Christian Wood is checked in for the Lakers. Christie comes in for Hachimura. Here's Kuminga. And that one's long. Los Angeles has gotten all 3 from downtown so far in the second half. Wood outside. Here's the 3. And Los Angeles another 3.
Wood buries it. A good shooter off the catch.
Now here's Hield. Yet to see a basket. The ball's knocked loose. It'll count. No good there. And so it's Los Angeles. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. Back after this.
Good block.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
With the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so in the game for the Lakers, they've got James, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Hayes. Then it's Connect, and it's Lewis in at the 2. Now here's Melton. Here's Shannon. It's Pajemski on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. James with a steal. Here's Connect. Here's Vanderbilt. Again, the Lakers score. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Shooting 1.
You like no Harbor Freight for affordability.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And Melton has continued to improve at a steady rate, which is something you like to see. He's a versatile combo guard who always plays hard.
And the Warriors making a change here. Hayden's checked in.
Now it's time for you to put us to the test.
Here's Shannon. From 8 feet away, it's tipped. Pass to connect. It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
On the defensive end, they're simply giving up way too many baskets in transition.
And you know they work on that plenty in practice. A run out here and there will happen. That's part of the game. But they've got to do a much better job overall.
Outside, Anderson. From 7. It's wide right, hits off the rim. Now Los Angeles with it. They've only given up 1 point in the 4th. And there's James from the arc. Hits the trifecta. James has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by Los Angeles. Pass to Hayes. Over Looney. And it's Hayes. That time on the assist by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's got his 9th assist of the game now. They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And B.A., you can't afford to keep coming up empty.
The offensive rebound.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Good.
There's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Here's Melton, following the score by Los Angeles. Pass to Anderson. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's what he'd like to have back.
It's James with the drive.
And this is something Bronny's working on, breaking down the defense off the dribble.
The Warriors have got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. Ooh, poked away. And stolen by Vanderbilt. Pass to Lewis. The 3 ball. And Los Angeles another 3.
Whoa, that man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Melton. Stephen Curry, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Lakers also with a sub. Hachimura's checked in for Vanderbilt. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. On the wing, Hachimura. There's the 3, and he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc, and then bury some threes.
And slam dunk by James.
He may be young, but you can't give Bronny a look at the rim.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. Looking to win the run. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Connect's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hachimura outside. Shoots over Anderson. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
We are seeing some big-time play from Rui on offense. He's really getting into taking it to the defense.
Curry passes to Melton. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. Back to Curry. Second shot opportunity. It's tipped.
had their fingerprints all over this matchup tonight. Just an impressive victory for the Lakers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year.
This was a telling game. They'll meet 4 times this season, and I'd say it looks like a good matchup for them. They'll be looking forward to their next...
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. What up, cuzzo?
Three meetings against Golden State.
Boy, it's been a minute since they last scored.
It has been. And at what point do you alter your strategy to try to get back on track?
And it's the Lakers on the break. James with the ball. Guarded now by Anderson. And here's Connect outside. And Los Angeles, another three.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's Anderson. It's Hayes with the rebound. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Connect. Hachimura outside. The three sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for the
This team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge.
Next time go round. I want to thank my fans for coming in.
That's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Allen LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. So long, everybody.
I want to thank y'all for coming through and hanging with your boy. This your boy Living with the Hendersons signing off. Peace, love, and loyalty. And I'm gone.